in recoverability and visibility. As you know, a large portion of my organization is spent or employed doing data recoveries. Often we find organizations that are not able to recover key data assets because nobody was managing the backups. We hear time and again that the administrator thought everything was backed up. A key deliverable we provide our clients when we're designing backup and recovery systems for them are exception-based reporting so that they know where they're having issues and where they need to spend their time to ensure that their data is backed up. In other words, what data is at risk, focusing on that so that they can take proactive action. In many of the solutions that are out there, many of them offer that, but it is extremely complex to be able to pull it off. How can Compass help with that?
Yeah, that's a great question. And quite honestly, one of the strongest elements, in my opinion, of Compass is its ability to enable our customers to manage by exception, kind of stealing your word there. And really, that's an important thing. When you look at what Cobalt Iron does and our Commander, which is our interface to manage the complete environment, one of the first things you're presented with is an immediate view of the health of your backup operations. So how much data you've moved, how many jobs that you've run, or how many events that have been run. But really the thing that customers need to focus on are the failures in the environment. Those are the things that are going to bite them in the event that they need to do a recovery. And that's prominently displayed in our Commander interface as one of the main tiles or action items in our interface. And so very easily going into your Commander interface, you can see what you need to focus on, and that would be those failures. What I'll say too is that our Commander interface is designed in such a fashion that it enables organizations to manage complete organizations. What I mean by that is very often you have organizations that are maybe have sub-organizations, or maybe that are being managed geographically or based upon a data workload or business unit or so forth and so on. And in my years of data protection, that's been a challenge. How do we report on things at a level that we need, or a level that our organization is constructed on, whether that's geographically or whether it's by business unit. And that's something that with Cobalt Iron and its Compass, you can easily see the organizational makeup of your environment, as well as the health relative to that organization. And so if you're multi-layered or have many child organizations or many geographic locations, you can quickly see at a very high level what the overall health of the organization is, but then get into sub-levels to see, oh, well, that's a particular organization that I need to focus on. Or maybe there was a known internet outage and we've had a number of failures, so it's explainable and I don't need to action on it. But it truly enables our customers to manage by exception and spend their time again on things that are more value oriented rather than managing false positives in the backup environment.
As a follow-up to that, am I right in understanding that your automation will also take commonly seen issues and allow you to automate responses to those issues in an attempt to try to automatically recover from a known state and then record the results of that in your reporting?
Yeah, no, that's exactly it as well. And when you look at some of our customers who have gone from a 25% success backup success rate to a 99% success rate, a lot of that is due to the analytics and automation that we have native to our solution. So, I almost like to call it crowdsourced information, where we're collecting, problem signatures across our customers. And, what we're doing is saying, hey, there's a problem that could be systemic, or there's a problem that could be, specific to your organization. But if there's a known fix for it, we can, proactively remediate that issue. That is absolutely something that we're using those analytics and automation for. So again, that's just one of the areas that, we give visibility to our customers to be able to manage by exception, but a lot of the things that are exceptions, a lot of the things that are causing backup failures, are things that we're proactively looking at to see if there's a way that we can remediate it before customers even know they have a problem.
And also, we implied in my question was that oftentimes the backup administrator, um, even if they are a full-time backup administrator, are busy doing a multitude of things. And we have found often they're not kept trained. They're usually short-staffed, and things like backup solutions, patching and testing, and just general admin upkeep of the backup environment sometimes lacks, and then comes back to haunt you when you go to do a recovery. Can you talk a little bit about how Cobalt Iron helps resolve that or mitigate that?
Yeah, and I'm going to step back a couple of years. So again, been in data protection for 20 some odd years. I spent 9 of those years in a support organization, managing support for one of the leaders in the Magic Quadrant relative to data protection. And when I say to you that 80 to 90% of tickets that were called into the support organization were due to patches or updates not being applied on a consistent and regular basis, I would not be exaggerating that. And, in fact, that was one of the jokes that our customers would call in on. They would say, well, hey, before I open up a ticket, I haven't applied the patches. Should I do that before, opening up a ticket? And, the answer was always and readily yes. And so it just shows, again, that there's a lack of, I'd say structure in ensuring that backup environments are kept patched and up to date, largely because it is a difficult process. It's something that you need to have maintenance windows on and all of the challenges that are associated with that. The testing, as you said, are you doing regression testing to ensure that when you apply this patch, it's not going to, impact other things in the environment? And with Cobalt Iron, we eliminate all those things. We, as part of the data protection as a service, deliver that patch maintenance, the regular updates of the environment on again, a regular basis, so that it's always current. You're always able to use the latest technologies. You're always benefiting, by the latest fixes without you having to do all the work to get there. And so that's just one of the, huge ones. And one of the reasons that we see such a large decrease in customer calls or, customer success ratings that come in relative to the backups. Again, I mentioned the customer that had a 25% success rate prior to joining or prior to using Cobalt Iron, and afterwards they're at a 99%. A large, percentage of that is absolutely due to the fact that we're ensuring concurrency or currency within their backup operations and software operations.
Great.